What's going on, Pokey tubers and viewers? Today we're bringing you our 486 card PSA return, our largest ever on the channel, but we have one of 506 at PSA right now, so that will be the largest because we went over the limit by 6 by accident. But we're going to start with some cards I've already pulled out that are going into my collection. Those are sleeved up, but I ran out of sleeves. These half have all been entered in my collectible sheet, but the second half from Gym Challenge on has not been entered. They were in order, but now they're kind of all over the place, so you're just going to have to bear with me. But there's lots of nice surprises in here. This base is all the way from original base up until today, basically. So working through the pile. So let's start with the cards that are sleeved up and going into the collection. We have Sabrina from Gym Challenge. A lot of gym cards I chose to sleeve first. Two of my favorite sets. Rocket Scyther with a 9, real nice. Rocket's Hitmonchan. Misty's Gyarados. Base set Poliwrath in a 10. Venusaur in a 9. I sleeved both Misty Gyaradoses. That's one of the few dupes that I double sleeved here because I wanted that one real bad. I like that one a lot. Rocket's Trap and Scyther. Got to double up on Scyther. As well as we got to protect our Blaine's Charizards. 4 of those back in this return. There's an 8 and a 7. Misty's Tentacool. Misty's Seadra. Lieutenant Surge's Magneton. And my favorite card, Lieutenant Surge Electabuzz. Erica's Vileplume. Brock's Rhydon. And a really great reverse holo hit, very hard to get in a 10. Charmander from Fire Red, Leaf Green. So here's the second half of the ones I stacked and sleeved. Blaine. Base set Alakazam. I sleeved both base set 2 Blastoids in 8s. I'll pretty much sleeve all of the big 3 from the first couple sets. But I'm out of sleeves, like I said. So here we go. Gyarados, mint 9. A base set Charizard with a 6. This order was sent back in the end of May, received on the 5th of June, and I received it late October. Raichu, mint 9. Rocket Snorlax with a 9. We got a lot of that at 9. Lieutenant Surge Raichu. Koga's Ditto. Koga's Beedrill. Giovanni's Persian. Giovanni's Nidoking. Giovanni's Machamp. It's crazy art. Here's the other 2 Blaine's Charizards. Brock's Ninetales. And Blaine's Arcanine. So we don't have all the holos from Gym in a 9, but I would say we got a pretty significant amount of them. Okay. I think the next pile, we're just going to go with this. These ones I don't really need to keep in order since they've been logged, but Rockets, Blastoids, Holos, a lot of this stuff was backstock that I had. Some Jark Charizards. It's a real nice 5. It ain't too bad. It's a clean looking 5. Just this foil scratching, I guess. Fossil cards, Haunter. A couple Haunters in 9 on this order. Kabutops with a 6. Dark Blastoids. Those in the rocket pile. Dark Charizard. Dark Raichu. Base set Chansey. Base set Mewtwo. Another one in the PSA 8. I think we sleeved all the 9 hits from base set. Well, the best hits or the most popular 9s. I actually got a few Polyraphs 9s, but didn't have enough sleeves for all that. All the Polyraphs. There's Venusaur. Some E3 Pikachu promos. 1 and a 3. I looked this over. I don't think I ever figured out why it was the 3. So 7 on this one. And another one in a 4. Just crazy. It's basically base set. Base set 2 Chansey. So if you haven't already, drop a thumbs up on the video. Appreciate if anybody watches this long. I know it's easy to skip along, but with PSA returns, there's a lot of different stuff to see, so you're not waiting for that pack pull. PSA returns are probably my favorite thing to watch, besides obviously old school vintage openings, but just love seeing people's returns, and I like seeing what people are grading. Just love when you see something different. Ninetales did real well for us in base set too. One of the least popular holos from base, I think, but definitely good looking. Especially in base 2 when they get the bubbles going in the background. Real nice. Some of these cards will be for sale. We gotta get inventory updated and see what we're gonna do, what route we're gonna go, which cards we're gonna sell off. We actually unboxed this live on stream, but that's when we were watching PWCC auctions, so I don't know if everyone got a chance to see. That's why I always film an official video. It's a little more straightforward with the grades, no other distractions or chat going on, so you guys can see these. Okay, that's my fossil pile. I'm trying to repile these as I show you them. Lots of Gengars, and none of them graded very well. We didn't pull a single 9. Vaporeon with an 8. I had a ton of those. They're just, most of them are in such bad condition. It's hard to pull a good grade down on them. Well, that's Jungle. Here's a couple more. Here's another fossil. Alright, that's Rocket. It's base 2. Alright, let's start a jungle pile. Rocket, or Jolteon 9. Snorlax. More fossil. Like I said, a lot of this was just back stock that I've been sitting on for a long time. Didn't think they were gradable. I knew a lot of it would be low, but as the market moved, could help people fill their collections with different grades, different price points. All right, now on to the base stuff. No, the gym stuff, sorry. The gym stuff that I didn't show you yet, that I didn't sleeve up at this point. Gym Heroes. Ericles Cofable. Surge Electabuzz. All of these did really well. PSA must be watching. They must know that's my favorite card. You know, so they say, you know, this is definitely a 9. These are minty. I just don't know how, like, so many of these got 9s comparative to the other ones. Really good shape. Just good luck there. Only got 110 that I showed you earlier, but most of them got 9s. And then here's a couple 8s. Still a great looking card in any grade. Right. I'd say the bulk of this order was gym stuff. Gym and base 2. I think there's more rocket in here somewhere in these piles. And there's more fossil for sure, so we'll get there, we'll get there. Surge Magneton, hard grade, hard grade. Missy's Seadra, Missy's Tentacruel, Missy's Tentacruel again and again. Move the gym pile over. I'm going to jump to this pile, which is yet more rocket cards. A couple more Charizards for you. There's an 8. And a 7. There's like 5 or 6 hollows we showed, maybe 7. Dark Dug Trio and a 9. And then here's one and an 8. Didn't sleeve many rocket cards yet, but we did hit a few 9s on some variations. Definitely missing a few hollows from the set. Alright, here we go. More rocket. And this is real nice. A Gym Mint 10 Here Comes He Rocket Hollow, first edition. And a Gym Mint 10 Dark Blastoids non-hollow. Another base set 2 Poliwrath. You thought they were over, but more are popping up in your face. Remember we were filming these PSA send-offs and Kayla was getting tired of the Poliwraths. Base and base set 2 ones. But hey, we had one base set 2 Gym Mint, so it's nice. Base set 2 Bonanza. Base set 2 will get its due. The hollows are definitely better. Got some of the best of arts. Just a reprint set, so you know how that goes. But got a lot of Venusaurs. Always easier to find though, Venusaurs. And we got a 9 to match our base set 9. Everyone's favorite, Wigglytuff. Mint 9. Zapdos. Snorlax. And that's base set 2 Snorlax. So this is that's our fossil pile. Looks like we're back on jungle. We're almost through all the ones I've already inventoried. And then we're going to the back half, and those should be pretty much in order. So here's some more jungle cards. Jolteon, that's a real nice 9 right there. I think there's no symbol in this one. Mr. Mime, Zapdos. Yeah, our base set pile is definitely the biggest right now, but I think there's another pile. Gym, here you go. Gym Heroes. I've yet to show you the non-sleeve Gym Challenge. More Magneton. So here, I think we're in Gym Challenge now, so we'll start a new pile. Giovanni's Machamp. Giovanni's Persian. Persian again. I think we only hit 1-9 on that yet, and that was sleeve, so that's a tough grade. Even though that's I think that's the theme deck card. Just a tough grade. Koga's Beedrill. Another one of those. Another Ditto and a 9. Raichu and a 9. Missy's Gilduck. Sabrina's Alakazam for you. Good theme deck card. Blaine. So we had the holo and a 9. There's a couple other variations on the grade. And these here, a lot of the stuff, Neo, Genesis, and Gym Challenge was leftover first edition cards I had. So that landed a 10. Mostly non-holos left. But I went ahead and graded them all. They've always graded out well. Incredible lot we got like 7 years ago. This was just a random pickup, I think. It's non-first edition. And Sabrina's Golduck. So one pile left until we get into the non-inventoried stuff. So it's Gym Heroes, Gym Challenge. Looks like we got more Fossil and more Rocket coming at you. So Lapras. Lapras. Snuck in a Magneton 8. The cut on this is actually what ruined the grade, because you can see it's really offset. But it's a real nice card. Definitely was a 9. Chance at a 10, honestly, if the cut wasn't sus. Muck. Dragonite. There's a 9, non-holo, real nice. Shout out Jab. That's how I know if he's watching 17 minutes in. Just shout people out. Make sure you thumbs up the video. If you're still hanging with us 17 minutes in, I really appreciate it. And if you want to stop watching right now, as long as you drop that like, drop a comment, you're subscribed, it don't matter. We appreciate anybody. Fossil. More Rocket. There's our Alakazams. We did well on our Alakazams. Two 9s. Very pleased with that. And 8. Everybody's favorite, Snake Arbok. Was really picky with the Arboks because those were, you weren't going to make value on those grading lower than a 9 back when I sent these off. So I said I got to be picky. And here's some of the more Gym Challenge cards, some of the other Gym Challenge cards, first edition trainers that I mentioned. They graded pretty well. A couple snuck in that weren't so good, but it's definitely helped somebody complete a set at some point. I would love to have the set, but just not going to happen in first edition. Can't afford those holos at this rate, but I do have a nice unlimited set going, so we'll stick with that. Nice Koga, which I just watched anime recently. Koga was just kind of let down gym leader, honestly, in there. All of Ash's victories, all of it was weird. Sabrina. Missy's Tentacool, which is Gym Heroes. Rocket's Hitmonchan, so Gym Heroes is about to overtake base on this order here. Rocket Scyther. Rocket Scyther. couple other non-hollows I had sitting around. Rodon, Clefairy. I probably won't grade this many cards ever again when the 500 comes back. It's just a lot to process and stack on this table. And make a nice long 40-minute video. Because as the cards get unique, I'll probably do a little more talking about them, but there's a lot of repeats in this early half on the Wizard stuff. But you see our stock on Wizard gets a little lighter when you get to the Neo block. I didn't have a lot of backstock of that, which is always harder to come across Neo anyways. But alright, so that is the first half of the order, and now we're going to get into the Neo. On to Neo Genesis, starting with Ampharos, which did really well. Besides this 1 and a 4, that was strange. 3 9s and a 7. Quite a few Neo Genesis. I would always buy these hollows up because they were cheap. For Alligator, 4 and a 6. Well, not all of them were cheap, but you know what I mean. Seadra, Kingdra, Bellossom, some of those were a couple dollars for Wizards hollows. So, Jumpluff. Sent so many Jumpluffs to get graded. Just can't hit 10s on these anymore. It's just impossible to hit 10s on stuff. They just hand out 9s. Chasing those 10s. Put this down just a tad here. There we go. Real nice 9 here on the Meganium. The other art, we pulled an 8. So you see, I don't have a lot of quality of that. Really love this hit. Pichu in a 9. One of the coolest blue-red hollows back there. And another one with a 7. And a third with a 7. Really cool card. Really pops. Alright. Slide that order, that half out of the way. And keep going with the Neo. I know there's more in here. So there's some more of those trainers left over from that lot I mentioned earlier in the 10. Here's your Skarmory. Sad, my only Steelix has a couple creases on it that I didn't notice or PSA did, so I'll have to try to get another Steelix to get in there and try to get a good grade. Our Togetic got a 9 though. And what you've all been waiting for, the Typhlosion 17. The super hard, super rare, super grade, impossible. That was a lot of scratches. 6. I mean, I sent those knowing that no chance at a 9 or 10, but people like them. So here's some more non-hollow first edition stuff. I actually did pretty good on these ones. Lekid in a 10. I've graded a lot of these over time, but I just went ahead and sent in all the rest. I sold a Murkrow earlier this year in a 10. And there's a Sneasel. Arcade Game. Eco Gym. Energy Charge. Focus Band. Mary. Pokegear. Time Capsule. Darkness Energy. And Energy. Non-hollows are so much easier to pull 10s on, obviously, because there's no foil to scratch, but out of packs, it's like, come on. They're just tougher on the hollows. So that might be the end of Neo Gen, and we're on to Neo Discovery. A couple Espeons and 5s. Sold off all these. Graded a bunch of these the last couple years. Sold a 9 off earlier this year. Real nice looking Houndoom. No 9 though, but thought we had a chance. Houndour with the 9 though. 7. This is one I wish I could get in the 9. Kabutops. Water type. Caesar. I knew this was going to be a trash grade, but it needs to be in a slab. The front is, it's okay. I mean, you can't really see how bad it is on camera. A couple of the corners, but the back, you know, that's where you have a lot of your wear and tear. But I like cards slabbed. And, you know, with the big uptick, people are collecting different tiers of grades, which is nice. It's not all about 10s and 9s, you know. People are going to collect 8s and 7s, so hopefully the ones we do put on the market help people collect and finish their sets. I think this is still Neo here. Here's Umbreon. And this one is hard to see, but first edition. And a 9. Alright, that might be the end of Neo Discovery. Neo Rev. Ampharos. Blissey. I saw a couple of these Celebies this year. I had the ones that you couldn't really see, like that was missing that Galaxy look. But it's underrated. Like like you can still buy this raw like $80. I think it should get more love, but I haven't graded higher than 8. This one I had sitting around. I was really hoping for 7, and it managed to get it first edition Entei. Alright, that was out of Neo Rev, so you see the Neos are getting less by set, generally. Dark Scizor, Light Azumarill. I've graded a couple of these Light Dragonairs. I don't think I can let this one go, though, because it's just, I won't get it back. Just like finding one to grade, I mean, it's just hard to find nice mint on that card. Dark Haunter. And a bunch of Light of the Dogs. I've loved grading these. Always sell quick. They look great in a slab. Probably keep a trio for myself. Jolteon's definitely top tier. Of the 3 arts, it's your Light Vaporeon, which no 10s though. It's just can't do it. And here you go, a couple Shining Noctowls, Neo Destiny. First one has a 6. Second one with a 5, but our last 2 hit 8s. So not bad. Probably won't have a lot more Shinings come through the channel. This next card I pulled in a pack, Neo Destiny Japanese, the only one I ever opened. This is the Holo God, so I was ecstatic. Moving on to the Legendary Collection. It's gonna go right here. Articuno, Gyarados, Jolteon. Very hit or miss with these holos and the conditions that come in your mint, but here we are. I think there's another one here. There's a few added on at the end. They're right here, so. Near Mint 7. Dark Slowbro 9. Dark Dragonite 8. I don't know how this got over here. Neo Rev Jumpluff, though. What it do, Jumpluff? I'll throw that in the Neo Discovery-Rev pile. Legendary Collection Mewtwo. Next, we have E-Series stuff. I had a lot of back stock of non-holos and a few holos. I decided to send them off. Clefable with a 9. There's another Clefable, a 9. Doug Trio. These holos are getting really hard to find raw for under a couple $100 for most of them. Reverses are a little different, but here's more Legendary Collection mixed in. Golem. What else have we got here? Pre-release Ivysaur. Reverse Crystal Guardian Bulbasaur, Charmander, Charmander, Charmander in a 4. Here's an 8. Groudon 7. Jirachi with a 9. And Jirachi with a 6. So we're in the EX series now. I do put stuff in random order. Got a Rayquaza in a 10, so that's a big hitter. Real nice. Tyranitar. Couple Mew Gold Stars. There's 6. I don't know how this got in there. Arceus. Umbreon Prime. Meowth Secret Rare from Noble Victories. Thought that was a cool one to grade. I'm not really seeing that graded too often. Charizard with a 7. And now we're into evolutions, but I know these are out of order, so we'll see what else comes up. Mega Charizard with a 9. Here is our second Mew Gold Star with a 4. And the last one with a 7. So 3 of those shinies are Gold Stars. Alright. That's all. Jeez. Go back to E-Series here. I don't know how these got all messed up, but that's what I had to move them a table. Mew with a 9. Mewtwo with a 9. Reverse, which I'm happy to get any reverse in a 9 because they're so hard to grade. So susceptible to scratching. Real nice Rapidash Expedition. They gave that a 9. Has a little bit of foil scratching. Venusaur with an 8. Blastoids with a 9. The reverse also a 9. Reverse with an 8 on the other art. Another Charizard Expedition in 9. And a real nice hit, non-holo Dragonite in a 10. Gengar, a couple of these reverses. 8, 7, and 6. Moving right down the ladder. Alright. Wartortle with a 9. One of my favorite hits. The Bulbasaur in a 9. Little case scrub thing there. Check out this Pikachu reverse in a 9. That's sweet. And here's some of the Sky Ridge backstock I have, which I don't think they're all here, but they were just a bunch of rares I had. Minty. We hit quite a few 10s on those. Articuno. 2 of the Alakazams pulled down 10s. Literally every one I sent was a 9 or a 10, which is amazing to hit that rate, but the print quality on those is actually pretty good. Alright. E-Series. Gonna put those over here. Too many sets when you grade from the beginning to the end, so more EXs. EX5. Knew this was rough, but I didn't think it was 3 rough. And here we go. Fire Red, Leaf Green, Moltres in a 9. Gotta get that sleeved up. Working on building that set. Tyranitar. I think this is one set I might want to do completely graded. Never done that before in terms of like building one. I had the Delta Species. This is pack pulled. Reverse Holo Master Set. So there's all the reverses in like PSA 9, a lot of 10s, and maybe like 2 8s. Just because someone sold the entire reverse set for like 150 bucks and I bought it and graded it, every single card. It was really fun to do. Then you talk about master sets and things get wild. All right, here's some more random stuff. War Turtle, W stamps. We managed to hit 2 10s on those. Ecstatic about that. Base set 2 W stamp promos. There should be a Pikachu in here of that too. There it is. With a 9. The W stamp Pikachu. Alright, put that there. I think this is the one you want to see next. This is some Southern Island stuff. Would love that set in a master of just 9s or 10s. 18 card master. But here we go. It would be cool if every card came in non-holo and reverse. But that's not something they were really doing at this point of the printing. So here's just sneaking in those General Mills Charmanders. Had a rough time with those grades. A couple Mews. So what I'll probably do is put the 9s together and then put placeholders for the 8s. And then if I come across a better grade that I can grade, or I just buy it, and then I can have the set. It's a real achievable set if you don't want 10s. 10s are, the Mew 10 is just, it's pricey. This is an 8. And just hard to find these in good condition raw to grade. But our Merrills did real nice. So maybe I can cash out a couple of these Merrill 9s and get some of the other ones in a 9. I don't really know the rarity order besides the Mew is the biggest hitter. Obviously the holos would technically be more rare, but the Ivysaur non-holo is pretty tough. There's Nidoking in a 9. So I think we're pretty close to having most of the cards. And here's more of the General Mills Charmanders. Alright, now we're finally back to Evolutions. The Charizard, Gem Mint. Love that. I loved when Evolutions came out and they just improved print quality and said, hey, you know what, you guys go ahead and grade these full art Charizards because you're going to do well. And it was relatively easy to get a 10 if you sent a couple of these in. Which was a pretty good ratio in this return. I bought all these back for 2025 in the spring. And there's a few sprinkled out in future orders that you'll see come in. I don't know what we're going to do with these yet. It's a high pop card for sure. So our Mewtwo. More of the General Mills Charmander. Not a single 9 on any of these. I think we're down to one pile, so we've worked our way through and knocked cards over and moved everything around. So let's see what we have left. Eevee City Championships. More Evo Charizards. There's a Fire Red Leaf Green Holo. Mr. Mime. That 8 will do for now. Tyranitar, Pop 3, and another Jirachi EX. Just going to put that right here. Alright, here's more of the Skyridge cards that I mentioned earlier. I don't know where I put that pile. Alright, Skyridge. That goes over here. Kabutops in a 9. Flareon, which I've been grading these. I bought all these rares for $1 every time I would. And if I grade out a 10, this would be like 35, 40 bucks. Moltres. Hit a bunch of Flareon in 10. Hit this Moltres in 10 before. Raichu. And a 7 Raichu. A couple more here to go. Appreciate you hanging with us. Thumbs up if you haven't already. Jim Mint. There's a Meowth promo and a 10. And a 9. And more of the old school EX. Camera's gonna die. Let's go a little quicker. We got a bunch of Chanseys. This is the end of the video. So stay tuned and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching.